If you've ever thought about trading New York winters and high taxes for Florida sunshine, this video is for you. My name's Kelly Wheeler, Clermont's real estate ninja. Now, today we're going to compare the real cost of living between New York and Florida with a special focus on my hometown, Clermont. Now, this is a topic that comes up especially with the focus on the economy in New York, high taxes, and what Clermont can offer. Now, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much farther your money can go here in Florida, what to expect when you move, and a few things you should watch out before you make that jump. Let's get started. When most people start looking at a move, they think about the weather, schools, jobs, retirement. But the real question is and should be, how far does your dollar actually go if you're relocating? Well, if you've been living in a high tax state like New York, you know what it's like to watch more of your paycheck disappear, more of your retirement, your 401k every single month. Now, here in Florida, the math looks a lot different, especially in Clermont, one of the fastest growing cities in Central Florida. Guys, families and retirees are moving here. I've not seen anything like this in the last 10 years. They're moving here for more space, better weather, and more financial freedom. Now, let's talk about some of the big savings: taxes and cost of living. Let's start with the most obvious one. Florida has no state income tax. In Florida, what you earn stays with you outside of federal. And that's a big deal if you're coming from states like New York and California, where the state and local taxes can eat up a chunk of your income and your retirement every single year. And that also can affect your rising property taxes. That can affect how you sell your home. If less people are moving to your area, that means home prices are literally going to start devaluing. So now might be a good time to look at that move. But let's jump back in and talk about property taxes. They're not zero here, but they're typically much lower than the Northeast. And there has been some talk about removing property taxes. Governor DeSantis is having that hard conversation right now. So more on that in the future. But those are things that our forward-thinking political leaders are engaging in. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's going to benefit us. Now, here in Clermont and Lake County, the average effective property tax rate is about half of what many New York homeowners pay. Half. And the overall cost of living? Recent studies show that living costs in New York are roughly 15% higher than in Florida. When you include rent or housing, Florida can be 40% more affordable, depending on the city that you live in, whether it's New York City, which would be one of the highest, or the boroughs. Guys, this is massive when you are deciding whether or not that move is something you should consider. Now, let's talk about housing and everyday expenses. Now, housing, this is where the biggest difference shows up. In many parts of New York, the average home price is well over $600,000. Here in the Clermont area, you can find beautiful single-family homes, often with a yard, newer construction, and great schools for much less. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, we have in our Central Florida areas and near Clermont, builders, national builders offering 3.99% and paying all your closing fees. Now, those specials change from month to month, so it's important that you talk with a very well-versed realtor like the Ninja who knows what's going on in the area. And guys, big secret. When you work with me, just simply mention that you saw my video on YouTube, and I'll dedicate up to 50% of my buyer agent commission to you for closing fees. More on that later. What about utilities and groceries? They're also lower here. The average electric bill here runs about 20% less than on average what people up north pay, even with air conditioning going most of the year. Now, when you look at things like gas prices, restaurants, meals, healthcare, most people find Florida noticeably easier on the wallet. Now, before you pack your boxes, let's be real. There are a few trade-offs. Home insurance in Florida can be higher, especially if you choose to look at moving or relocating to coastal areas or hurricane-prone areas. The beaches, the coast. Now, Clermont's inland location and the fact that we are some of the highest elevated points in Florida. As a matter of fact, one of the things that makes Clermont so amazing is we are the city of hills. We have hills everywhere. It's almost like God took a slice of the north and dropped it here in Central Florida. That's what Clermont's like. Now, because of our location, again, we tend to fare a lot better during those types of storms. But you need to have a plan in place if that is a concern of yours. Now, while property taxes are lower, we do have a lot of areas that have homeowners insurance and HOA fees that can vary by community and even some communities, and you need to be smart when you're looking and get every disclosure. Some communities have things like CDD, Community Development District funds. You can see a $1,000 to $5,000 a year fee on some brand new neighborhoods that carry these CDs. So you've got to do your research. But again, all things being considered, I think this is a great place to consider relocating. Now, let's talk about another one. For some of you, this is going to be a joke. I've talked to people in California that are like, you think you got bad traffic in Clermont? Come hold my beer, right? Traffic, though, is another concern. We've seen our growth 10x in the last 10 years. Clermont's growing fast. And so are nearby cities like Groveland, Mineola, and Winter Garden. So we're seeing more development every single year. But for most families and retirees that I work with, the trade-off seems to be worth it. You get a better lifestyle, more space, more money left over at the end of the month. And by the way, Disney World, 20 minutes away. Daytona Beach, 1 hour away. Oh my goodness, the things that you can do here in the state. Now, what does this mean for you? If you're a family relocating from New York, that means more home for your budget and better schools for your kids. If you're a retiree, it means keeping more of your retirement income and enjoying a relaxed lifestyle around Clermont's lakes, trails, parks, and the closeness to all the entertainment venues. Florida's no income tax policy, lower costs of living, and outdoor lifestyle combine to give you something, in my humble opinion, New York simply can't match: financial and lifestyle freedom. Now, if you'd like to see exactly how much home you could afford here compared to New York, or what your monthly cost might look like in Clermont, just reach out to me. My information's below, or you can call or text me directly, or check the link below for my free location. If you want to text me, there's my number. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss all of the videos that we have here. Guys, we're going to break down things like top neighborhoods, hidden gems around Clermont for families and retirees. Guys, I appreciate you watching this. My name's Kelly Wheeler, your real estate ninja, and I'll see you on the next video. Be prepared, guys. Florida has some amazing things happening. That's it, guys. Subscribe, hit the bell, and contact me if you want more information. We'll see you on the next one.